Our president of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has expressed doubt over the possibility of the state-owned Port Harcourt, Warri and Kaduna refineries functioning again. Dangote also stated that the refineries, which are under the management of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, have gulped up to $18 billion, yet have refused to work. The billionaire businessman spoke on Thursday while hosting members of the Global CEO Africa from the Lagos Business School after a tour of the Dangote Petroleum Refinery in Lekki, Lagos. According to him, 650,000 capacity Dangote Refinery now has over 50% of its output dedicated to premium motor spirit, saying that even government refineries committed just 22% of their production to petrol. Professor Izielen Agbon is a petroleum engineering expert, and he joins me now from Dallas to provide some analysis on the ongoing crisis in the Nigeria's downstream sector. Thank you very much for being here, Prof. Just after the Dangote Group president has come out to say that Nigeria's state-owned refineries may never bounce back despite all the investment, the CEO of NNPC seems to corroborate his claim, admitting to complexities in efforts to revamp the facility. Can you help us unbundle this situation? What does that leave us? Is it a sell? Do we still have that option? Can we build new one? What is on the table?
I think that Dangote is just pushing, flying a kite in his continuous struggle as an oligopoly to take total control of the downstream sector of the Nigerian oil and gas industry. I don't think it's right for Dangote to be making negative comments about a competitor like NNPCL. NNPCL is a commercial entity, and it's surprising to me that NNPCL management have not really replied to Dangote saying that refineries cannot be replied.
But Prof, he is right to a degree, though, because let's look at it. In 2007, the federal government took back the federally owned refineries from Dangote, insisting that they can revamp it. And since 2007 to date, we're yet to have a functional refinery in the country. He's just stating the fact, isn't he?
No, because Alhaji Dangote told all of us in 2013 that he will build his refinery with 9 billion. This was 2013. The Nigerian environment is a very tough one. And Alhaji Dangote found out that it took him 13 more years to 2024 and another 20 billion, almost a 100% cost overrun to build his refinery. I think that first and foremost, not 18 billion have been spent. That is wrong. Secondly, the refineries can be repaired. They are not too old. The oldest refinery in United States was built in 1881, and it has been upgraded. This is the American refinery in Bradford. Apart from that, the Port Harcourt refinery was built in 1902. It is operating today. Every time they repair it, they expand it. The same thing with the ExxonMobil refinery in Beaumont, Texas, that was built in 1903. So when we look at refineries around the world, refinery is not like a car. There is no need Alhaji Dangote, because he wants to buy the refinery in Port Harcourt cheap and then make a lot of profit, which he was prevented from doing in 2007, just gaslighting Nigerians. A refinery is not a car. So
is it Prof, I'm sorry to keep interjecting, but I'm trying to, get our viewers to get the best from this conversation. Are you against the fact that it is Dangote who is saying this, that he has no place, or that what he is saying is untrue?
I am on both. What he is saying is not right, and he has personal interest that is influencing him to reach the wrong decision. The failure to repair our refinery was due to corruption and intervention by the oil cabal. Dangote himself has complained about the oil cabal. The oil cabal was for promoting importation of PMS into Nigeria, which presupposed that we never repair our refinery. And also, they opposed Dangote operating. Dangote started crying about the oil refinery, that they're a mafia. Then suddenly now, Dangote is pretending that he doesn't know this same mafia that fought him is the same mafia that is encouraging the corruption and stopping the repair of our refinery. And I'm surprised that the new technical team in NNPCL does not take this as a challenge, eliminate all the corruption and repair the refinery.
Not to be a skeptic, Prof, not to be a skeptic, but one would have expected there's been multiple opportunities for the NNPC and the federal government to take the challenge over the years. But that's not the question I want to ask. The question I want to ask actually is the fact that the NNPC CEO seem to be in agreement. He is saying that all options are on the table, that they are currently doing a review of the options that they can, and that, you know, selling the refineries is an option on the table. He's not ruling that out. So even if, you know, you seem not to agree with Dangote, but the person in charge of the NNPC says that is something to be considered. So should we be taking him seriously and thinking along the lines of either a sale or, I don't know, options?
I really don't think that, you know, I've told you before that the policy of the government to sell, to privatize NNPCL is wrong. That company is a government-owned company belonging to the Nigerian people. And if the leadership, the technical leadership of that company does not understand that it is not a private company owned by private shareholder, but it is a commercial company owned by the people of Nigeria, then they are in the wrong business. You cannot be a new leader and you come in to go and sell parts because you were chosen to lead the new organization, correct all the mistakes that are existing in it, and bring it to par with other government-owned oil and gas corporations in other oil-producing countries, like ADNOC, like PEMES, like Equinor. There are many government-owned entities that have a lot of refineries all over the world that are run profitably. In fact, the NNPC Group CEO Ojulari should be talking about how he is determined to repair that refinery and engage Dangote in a competitive struggle to control the downstream economy and the downstream of Nigeria Petroleum. And I'm surprised that the leaders in the authority that is supposed to control downstream in Nigeria, Alhaji Farouk Ahmed, have not told Dangote to stay out of it, and have not told the NNPC leader that it is...
Well, it's still early days yet,
during his time, unlike other CEO.
Yeah, it's still early days yet. I mean, they still might respond to what Dangote has said, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I've spoken with you before, and you also acknowledged that one of the challenges with the NNPC refineries is poor management. Even in the course of the conversation, you've talked about it. So how do we get that right? The NNPC have changed management over time. We've had different teams come up to say they're working on revamping these refineries. But what are we getting wrong? What needs to shift for us to see some semblance of action in creating a viable refinery for us?
Let me answer that. You see, in the past, NNPC was just government-owned. There was no PIA. It was not commercial. It is now commercial. If you are the head of a commercial organization and you want to repair the refinery, you go and you get a site team internationally and you hire the best people all over the world. You bring them in to repair the refinery. If you bring in a management team and hire them, just like Dangote did when he wanted to build a refinery. He got his vice president, Kuma Edwards, That one went and got a search company, and they brought in experts from all over the world who are experienced in building refinery. If you want to repair a refinery and you own it, bring in experts all over the world, and you charge them, and you give them a time, and you give them a budget, and you make sure they do it. You don't do it with local people who, because you know there is the issue of corruption. So you bring in a special group of experts, you give them special money, you isolate them, and you give them total control over that management, and they will deliver. They will deliver for you because you are now commercial. It's not like before when you needed political to go and get permission from the Minister of Petroleum to go to the presidency. You are commercial, you can hire anybody from around the world. So I'm surprised that the NNPCL leadership will not consider hiring 10 managers from all over the world with experience in repairing refinery and giving them 18 months to repair it, and making sure the old management is put aside for a while until the refinery is functional. This is what everybody does. It's not, if you bring in experts and you pay them well, they will do the job. You're a commercial entity. You don't have, there's people all over the world that you bring, and you give them a task and you give them a budget. These are experts in project management. They are experts in turnaround maintenance. They are experts in refinery repair. And then you give them the workforce. We have a very good workforce that is well developed in Nigeria. The management is very poor. There's a lot of corruption. So remove the management, move them to other set of NNPC, and hire other people, foreigners, to come in there and run it.
All right.
You own it.
Prof, sometimes they say don't look at the messenger, but
repair it for you. That's what I recommend that they do.
Okay, then sometimes they say don't look at the messenger, but take the message. Is it a crime? I mean, is it so bad that Dangote, as a businessman, has interest in state-owned refineries? Don't you think our refineries will work better with private owners?
No, I don't think so. I think that is a myth. Yeah, government-owned refineries are working all over the world. I don't really think it works better. Our problem is corruption. You can't throw the baby out with the dirty water. The greatest economic development in Nigeria came about during the time when we had development plan, and the commanding heights of the economy was in the hand of the federal government. There is no historical basis in Nigeria in which the development of Nigeria have been due to private entrepreneurs. That's a myth. The greatest entrepreneur we have in Nigeria is Dangote. Right. He has only been in sugar, cement, and oil and gas. Our country have developed when
I wish we had more time, Prof.
Control the commanding heights of the economy.
I wish we had more time, but we have to wrap up now. Thank you, as always, for speaking with us. We appreciate the insights you provide every time.